This week we're going to work on through passes and some combination items as well. The way this activity is going to work is that we'll have two lines going, and we'll have two sections of this going at the same time. So it'll start with player one with the ball at their foot, and they are the passer, and they're looking through a through ball, and the cones represent defenders. So a through ball is to teach them, don't pass this ball out wide to player two. Instead, let player two use their movement to create opportunity. And then player one is looking to time their pass between the defenders to their teammate. So the running path you'll see here is moved and it's jagged. The idea is they're going to run. They're going to then play the offsides line, which for the U10s they don't quite understand, but you can use the bit outline concept. Run, run, run it, and as they come to this defender or this cone, they're going to rapidly break at a diagonal run point as the ball's played. This player one is looking to time their pass, as player two approaches this cone, so the timing is correct to then pop down and make the pass through. This player then is going to take one or two touches and then look to take a shot at the far corner of the goal. Player two will pick up their ball, bring themselves up to this line. Player one will become the runner, and then player three will step up. We want to go rapidly through this. We don't want to get stuck where a bunch of people are just waiting in line. Even if we have 9 people in each line, we want to go pop, 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 quick, quick, quick. Coaches will want to line yourself up. Even with these cones, it could be stayed on this cone in order to represent the space in between so you can coach both players properly in this space, or you can line up on the outside to see the offside line. Either way, you want to make sure they're staying on side and they're cutting properly. I probably would rather stay, if I was the coach, out wide here, so that I can see down the line, see the player, and keep everyone's. I don't have to turn my body. If I'm here, it's harder to see both things at the same time. So we'll run that for half the time, and then we will go the other direction. So everything just reversed over to here essentially. So now they're making the run here, here, and here, and then one touch or two touches to find shots. That's the first half. So we'll do 2 of those, and then we'll go to the second half here in a second. All right, in the second half of the activity, same setup as we just did, but now a more complicated passing pattern. So player one sells the ball. Player two is still making their freehand run, right? They're coming through, hitting the line, hitting the space, ball's coming in. What we're now trying to teach player two is instead of trying to attack straight to goal, attack to the edge of the goalkeeper's box. So in our fields we're working on, that's a 5-yard box, and a bigger field, it's a 6-yard box. The reason for this is that it pulls defenders apart. The natural inclination is to drive right down here and shoot. But we want to teach them, as part of the creativity principle, to do other things besides just get in the box and shoot. So we want them to drive the ball down here with dribbles as quick as they can into the space. And now player one is going to join the attack, get to the penalty spot, cut back pass, so meaning go backwards at a diagonal up the field, and then shot back to the corner where the ball came from. The reason why this needs to happen is as the ball gets past, the goalkeeper's natural inclination will be to move over, and momentum will have them keep moving towards this far post. So the shooter wants to go back to the near post in this scenario. So that's why we want that ball to then come here and then come back into the space. So then rotation, 2 runs over, grabs the ball, 1 hustles their butt back over here, next person steps to the line. And then if we have time, we can get that going the other direction, just so they feel a different angle of the run. So honestly, it's a little bit easier coming from a little bit of overlapping run space. So if we switch these sides over, and this run happens like this and comes down here on the second half, most players are right-footed, and it actually will feel better for them to get the ball here on their right foot and then dribble and attack into the space versus coming down here and the ball's on their right. It feels a little more awkward because they can turn their body around, but it's okay. It works either way. But that'll be the pattern of that. So same setup at the beginning. The difference is now attack half, and it's a cutback pass near post goal instead of far post shot on goal.